Happy New Year, Leo! My name is Luciani Forte. I'll be doing your reading for January 2019. Thank you so much for coming to the channel. If you like, please subscribe. Also like, comment, and also if you are looking for a personal reading, just please, I left my information below. So, in terms of astrology right now, there's some really big energies here. We have a new moon that's coming in, partial eclipse in Capricorn, a couple of hours between the the 5th and 6th of January, depending on where you live in. Very emotional, dutiful time, grounding, self-mastery energy. Additionally, the sun is in Capricorn as well as Saturn. Um, very, very karmic endings and beginnings now. Things that just need to happen are going to happen without even your control. It's not going to even be in your control. Self mastery now is here. It's the lessons that we really hate learning that we have to learn. And coming out of it, you're just this, oh my God, this amazing new individual you're so proud of. So let's get into your reading, Leo. Messages for 2019 January. Spiritual guides. What are Leo's spiritual messages? Ooh, that is for January 2019. Okay, wow, that is beautiful. So you have the Wheel of Fortune, the Four of Cups here, the Nine of Swords, Justice card, Devil in reverse, the Fool card in reverse. A lot of major arcana cards here. So it's a very powerful message that's definitely coming in. Um, with the Four of Cups here, you could possibly, now first of all, let's start off here with the Wheel of Fortune. Now, the Wheel of Fortune in traditional tarot usually have the fixed sign energies on here, with the eagle representing Scorpio, lion representing Leo, the bull representing Taurus, and the angel with the Aquarius. And these are fixed energies because they're the energies that will learn something to its completion, but then get stuck in what they've learned. This is a new beginning from that, okay? This is letting you know that, yes, you have mastered what you have known to be an actual fact, Leo. However, there is something new here. What is new here? This unexpected turn of luck, this increase, this success, this good fortune. It could be a change in perception where you had this aha moment. Um, this also could mean psychological maturity, new cycles. Okay, the list goes on. You had the ability to seize opportunities. Okay, so you have all of these different beautiful, beautiful beginnings coming up, these new cycles. With the Four of Cups here in your, what will happen over time is kind of like you're discontent with something. There's a discontentment here. You might be discontent with your environment, um, some sort of dissatisfaction with your material success. You might be reevaluating your money, earthly pleasures, and everything like that. Some of you might be hesitant to start in a new venture, with the Nine of Swords here, in the present, you're feeling very heavy. I'm going to clarify these, but there's just a very stuck energy here. You some sort of doubt. Some of you might be even feeling misery, some sort of miserable, some sort of delay or failure. Um, it could be a death of a loved one, but for the most part, there's some sort of misery, okay, or failure. Also, this could mean inability to make it. Okay, so this could read a couple of ways. You have this new beautiful beginning, okay, but you don't want to be discontent about your inability to make a decision or your inability to make a choice because you don't want to not start. You know what I mean? The hesitant to start a new venture is like not making that decision for this new beginning because you are well aware with the justice card there. For others of you, this also could be a new beginning that's waiting to be here because of the misery and suffering, your discontent. And with that justice there is kind of like you're trying to surrender to a higher cause, or I'm sorry, I said justice, didn't I? I'm sorry, I meant to say the hanged man because I'm looking at a different deck. But anyway, this is the hangman. And the hangman in this deck represents a surrender to a higher being. It's like you need this whole reversal of your mindset. There's some sort of personal consciousness shift, some kind of prophetic or like this profound power that comes out of nowhere that really put, or it is also a pause in your life. You go into this, you're at a misery state, a lost state, you're discontent, and you go on and really go into that higher power within yourself, Leo. Um, for others of you, this is someone who's an observer, very wise, spiritual strength, inner depth. They're also self sacrificing and dedicated. Okay. A lot of common sense. You have a lot of common sense of this discontent that you're having. Also, with the Nine of Swords here, um, you feel like you're in terror. Some of you guys are feeling like you're living in a nightmare. Others of you could feel like there's looming danger or desperation. You might be living out of desperation, but at the same time, it's kind of bringing this discontentment. Um, if this is in the work sector, the thing is you gotta just start working because you're hesitant to start some new ventures or inability to make certain decisions in any regard. You go to your higher mind, you go to this wise entity because and you might even be feeling physical healing that needs to start taking place. This is the devil card in reverse. You definitely feel like there's physical healing that needs to take place here. Okay, because you constantly keep recalling on this Ace of Wands energy, this new enterprise, this new business, this new passions, this new passion for love. You want some kind of newness, new passions, new enterprise, new businesses, new, and also there's a level of unbinding yourself, getting yourself out of the actual situations of things. Um, you're not bound. You're feeling like you want to unbound yourself to something that you feel like you still might be bounded to. That's causing a lot of discontentment. But I believe that in the future, throughout this month of January, Leah, you're going to at some point go to this higher mind where you realize I need to start healing and unbounding because I deserve and I need new love, new passions, new entrepreneurships, new enterprises, new all of this, that ace of fire energy. With the Fool card in the reverse, you're feeling like you might be incapable of doing this. Why? Also for others of you, this could possibly be some sort of irresponsibility. Somebody's really childish in your environment, or this could be you. Some sort of confusion. I'm going to definitely, I'm going to, um, I'm going to clarify the cards, but this also could mean someone who makes bad decisions, hasty decisions that are very faulty. Um, but for the most part, if this means that Leo, if you aren't like lazy right now, you gotta kind of get up and work, sweetheart. You gotta start making decisions, and you got to actually just start some of these really beautiful businesses and opportunities and ideas you have, because there is success coming from it. Why are y'all not starting? Y'all are like going to definitely get it. You're going to get these new beginnings, these nuances. You might have to come out a way of thinking, outdated ways of thinking. If any, and I think you're going to definitely realize that at some point this month. You're going to get into this understanding or overstanding of, I am in my own way. Some of the ideas and practices that I use are no longer serving my highest and greatest good. I let go of these with greatest of kindness and care and step into your more powerful self, whether it's being more vulnerable, being more accepting, whatever the case is, for you, because you don't want childlike behaviors to like stifle your growth. You don't want someone who's irresponsible to stunt your growth. If that's you, you don't want irresponsibility getting in the way. Your spirit advice is saying you're living in the past. The Six of Cups in the reverse here. Somebody in your past, it could have been a death of a loved one that you really cannot get over, and it may cause you to be kind of like halting your life and causing this irresponsibility, and you're still healing from it, in terms of your feelings, you're still healing from it. And the um ace of wands here in your reflections is that there is definitely newness here. You know that there's a reflection on newness. Also, you guys could be like in a relationship or in a business practice or a job that is causing you extreme discontent, and you just go to your higher mind and start healing because of their childlike behaviors and irresponsibilities that are just ridiculous. But others of you guys, you're living in the past of something that just was horrible, and um, you have you had a new beginning. You have these new beginnings, but you're discontent, and you like to just go into your higher, wiser mind. You're still healing from it. It's still a physical healing, a spiritual healing. But don't be forget to be responsible and start new things, Leo, in this time. For others of you, there's some sort of confusion or simplicity about something. So again, just yet again, try to understand what's going on here with the six of let's say with the six, excuse me, I'm sorry, but the Six of Cups also here, yeah, that said, like there's someone who really enjoys living in the past, some sort of enjoyable memories here, um, someone who just kind of just stays there, and with the King of Cups in the reverse here, oh, excuse me, well, let me just go back to this Six of Cups here, because this also can mean your spirit advice. For some Leos, this is clinging on to some sort of past that happened. For others, this is clinging onto outworn symbols and associations. This means that you might have to give up, like I stated, some outworn programs and paradigms that we have adopted and go into this higher state and realize some of those things that need to be kind of um, denounced in order for your life to like turn around in such a positive way. With the King of Cups here in the reverse, it's kind of someone who's either dishonest, someone in your environment who's very dishonest or double dealing. They're scandalous, or they like really move it with injustice. This could be you, or you're dealing with a with the I'm so sorry with a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Um, with this four of wands in the reverse here at the very end is kind of like um, you have this increase. It's not what you really want it to be, but at the end it's a start. Okay, I'm gonna clarify, but it's definitely a beautiful start, a beautiful increase, but something that you're living in the past that caused you so much pain, and now like life, you have all these new beginnings coming in, all these new beginnings. I mean, geez, right? They always gonna keep coming in for you, but you seem like you're gonna always be discontent with it. And I think you like living in your higher mind in solitude because you're still healing from it. It was passionate to you. It was very passionate to you. It was everything that you ever wanted to be. And it just leaves you being irresponsible, not really getting some projects getting done or work being done because of this living in the past. And all right, let's clarify. Oh man. Mm. All right, y'all. So let's start off here. So with the two of wands here in the reverse, right? That clarifies this world card, there's some sort of physical suffering. There's a sadness here that gets in the way of your new beginnings. Okay, there's a sorrow there. With the seven of water here, which is the seven of cups in traditional tarot. Um, there's someone who just daydreams, someone who's stuck in their imagination. Others of you, this could just the inability to keep picking a decision because you're always going to be discontent with it. It seems like there's a lot of decisions that you can make, a lot of opportunities and desires and ideals that are here, but you feel like no matter what obstacle or I'm sorry, what idea that you take, you just feel like discontent with it, where it's like you don't start it up. And it's like the 9 and 10 of here it's a progression here. It's a progression of hurt. Like you really feel like you died. Somebody hmm, there's some sort of burden here. It was the death of a loved one. With these both of these cards mean death of a loved one. I'm just saying. If this is not a death of a loved one, there is some sort of terrible breakup that really left you um, very miserable or very burdened. It's like a burden, a pain, right? And with the message of fire, it's really saying don't lose hope, Leo. Go to your friends, go to your loved ones, go to people that you really trust and admire and really gain help here, nurturing, attention, just that real nurturing, that love nurturing, that nurturing that just hugs you like a grandma, like that grandma hug that just you'd be all right. Sorry, I'm sorry. But you know how that feels? I just feel like you guys need a big, beautiful hug forever. It just seems like you guys are really, I feel like you guys are struggling to come into this surrender, and you're surrendering to a higher being. You know what I mean? It seems like you have to surrender into a higher being so that it causes this reversal in one's way of life. Um, because you have this wisdom and everything. Or, anyway, there's a pause in your life, and message of fire saying this, please don't lose hope here. You know what I mean? You have that energy, you have it in you. Okay, you have it in you. The guardian angel is I'm sorry, the temperance card in the traditional deck. And with this being the devil in the reverse, it's kind of like you're feeling very balanced when you're starting to heal. For others of you, you could have been dealing with a Capricorn or another earth sign energy, Taurus or Virgo, and you felt like it was very balanced energy. Mind you, when if that is Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, I'm talking about like the place in its moon, Sun, Mercury, Venus, whatever personal planets, right? Anyway, yes, you felt it was very balanced. You felt like you recall, like, no matter how bad it got, this person was always here making me feel so passionate and loving. No matter how bad it got, because the five of earth is like, woo, it could be some cold nights and cold days, and you even might feel like you're like out of society, but you had that one person, that loved one, that friend, um, that's gonna be with you through thick and thin. About to cry. I'm sorry, y'all. So anyway, the five of fire in the reverse is kind of like with this energy of the fool card in the reverse. Someone who's, I guess, irresponsible. You start, if this is you and you feel like I'm not getting things done, I'm not getting things started, you know what I mean? You start coming into some sort of new idea about it, or you start realizing it, or some sort of compromise that you create for yourself to be like, okay, I got to stop being irresponsible. I got new business opportunities here for me. Let me stop playing around, and you're gonna break free. Your spirit advice is saying something very beautiful, something that you feel like you're living in the past in. There is newness here. Now I'm not saying newness as replacement. Very important to note because nobody that we love can never be replaced, whether they're living or they dying. Okay, no one can replace no one because everyone is equal. I mean, unique. Everyone is very unique in the world. Sometimes we're not going to meet that same person we fell in love with. Everyone loves extremely differently. Okay? Um, and that might be a reason why you're so discontent because you got all these damn options in love or opportunities in business. You've got many options here. You really do. It's just you're discontent with it. You really are. But anyway, as I was saying, there's some sort of freedom, okay? There's some new beginnings that are possible here. Um, maybe it's freedom from not living in your past, but with the five of air and with the king of cups here in the reverse, there's somebody who's very overbearing, someone who's too overly confident, and they're very distrustful. I'm seeing somebody who is basically this person. Let's see. I'm seeing this person that's like dishonest, scandalous, some kind of loss, but they're dishonest and they're like overly confident. So if that's you, hey, whatever is whatever, right? But if that's not you and it's somebody in your environment, you know what I mean? It's kind of, you're getting like, it's causing you so much trauma. If this is a boss that does this and they're just so traumatic. Um, at the end here, we have the Eight of Earth, prudence, ambition, strive. This is how you get your increase. You get your stride back when you start to actually start working on all of these new opportunities. As soon as you create and make a decision for yourself, Leo, there's a new opportunity that comes right in for you. Okay? I'm just going to do one more advice for you guys. Leo's energies, advice for January 2019. Wow, the moon card, the Knight of Wands, and the Six of Wands. Um, yeah, you feeling like something's a secret, something that's hidden that just came out, right? And you basically are like fleeing from it. Somebody just bounced because you found out something that was hidden. And with the Six of Wands here, it's kind of like you know that this was some kind of victory after strife. You're winning because you leave something that really somebody was deceptive, dishonest. So anyway, guys, I'll talk to you guys next month. Have a beautiful new year and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.